She's gone to get the flag.
Okay.
I think the mayor will probably do it. He's here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, looks like we're live now.
Yes.
Let's wait for our flag bearer.
She used to be a cheerleader, Kevin, so watch it.
There we go. And if our mayor would be kind enough to lead us in meditation, and also we'll have our junior council member lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, Mr. Thomas.
Okay. I pledge of allegiance
Pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag
To the flag
of the United
of the
States
United States of America,
For which
And
is
to the
to the
republic
republic
stands
for which it stands,
for which it
one
stands,
nation,
one nation
under God,
under
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
indivisible,
and justice for all.
justice for all.
justice for all.
Thank you very much.
My
Okay,
pleasure.
the first item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Rennie. And a second?
I'll second.
Second by Josh. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Ayes have it, 6-0. The next is the approval of the minutes of our January 27th work session and our February 3rd regular council meeting. Do we have a motion to approve both these meetings?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Kathleen. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, and that was Josh?
Bob Shields.
Bob Shields.
Oh, Bob Shields. Sorry, Bob. Thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Favors have it, 6-0. The next item is our public comment or input. Do we have any comment or input, Virginia?
We have no public comment.
Okay. Thank you. The next,
Jerry, did you want to read that letter that you referenced now?
I could. This is the letter that came from Monsignor Quinn. When we had our ice festival, Monsignor Quinn was kind enough to open up our Radius Knows parking lot, so people were available to park there to attend our ice festival, which was extremely helpful this year. And in his thank you, we donated to the church $100 of the funds that we raised from our chili and chicken noodle soup funds. It says, "Dear Jerry, just a note to say thanks to you and the wonderful borough of Clark Summit for your surprise gift of $100 to our parish. Know that it is always a delight and honor to be part of all of the amazing festivities of this great community. God bless you and all your colleagues for all that you and all do each and every day to sustain our entire community. We are all so very blessed to call Clark Summit our home. Most appreciatively, Monsignor Quinn." Okay, so I will give this to you, Virginia, tomorrow, and you can keep it in the records with the correspondence. Okay, the next is our police report.
Everything seems to be going smooth as of right now. We did get some grant money I sent to the council members for aggressive driving, 2 separate waves. One is starts March 18th, runs to April 25th, and I believe the other one is July 5th, August 25th. And then we have a child seat program we're going to do in September. I need to talk to Dee's office about, there is some money there that I think we can use in addition to pedestrian safety, which I'm thinking about doing some crosswalk enforcement. So we'll be doing that. You know, it was a tough month. I think everybody agrees the weather was really terrible. So parking enforcement wasn't at the best. Meters were snowed in,
Right.
and things like that. Other than that, you know, we did meet with the personnel committee, but I think they'll do their own report. Everything else seems to be going pretty good. I don't really have much more. The policy manual, Kevin Hayes and I have been working on it. We're making, I think, pretty good progress. We'll study as you go. I'm hoping I think we have another another meeting. I think this Friday, right, Kevin?
Right.
Friday with the guy from Lexapol. I think we're on target. I don't think we're ahead. It's sometimes this one chapter runs a little slow, but it's a lot to it. So I anticipate it speeding up some more. I'm liking it so far. We're moving along.
Chris, do you have any plans in the future for commercial vehicle inspections?
Yes, this Friday not this Friday, the 12th of March, which is next Friday. I'm going to Harrisburg to get the scales calibrated. By law, they have to be calibrated once a year. I go right to the PennDOT building, I think right there next to the Capitol. So I'll be going down there to get a calibrate. We are doing probably 5 or 6, more like 5 or probably more like 6 this year, truck enforcement. Probably once every 3 weeks or so, starting in May or sometime when the weather is a little bit better.
Are you doing them in conjunction with other departments such as Dixon City or South Abington?
Well, we'll be working with Waverly a little bit because Waverly has an officer that does that as well.
Okay.
They don't have an officer that is certified all the way like Eddie was, but they have one certified like us. So we'll be doing some in there, but we'll also be using the PUC and the state police. Will come with us to help. We could use Dixon City. That's a possibility. Each time we'll do it. You know, when that day comes, we'll see who we can reach out to.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. That's good news to hear. Thank you.
We'll be starting as soon as this weather breaks. It's been kind of hard with the weather, you
Yep.
know.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
I don't have anything else really to report. Anybody have any questions?
Chief, I just had one thing. You mentioned crosswalk enforcement, and I thought it would be just worth stating that the school district goes back 5 days next week, so we'll have many more children than on a normal day there's no such thing as a normal day, but on a day for the last few months, we'll have many more children walking than we've had. So it could be worth sitting on Grove Street a little bit next week to keep an eye out.
That's an excellent idea, and I'm glad you reminded me of that. I think that's March 8th. Is that when they're going back?
Monday.
We'll get in the we'll also get some school zone enforcement done there as well. So I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I was kind of slacking on that because of the they haven't been in school. Really.
Yeah,
so
it's been lighter, but that will change Monday.
Right. Yeah, I know OLP's been we've been up to OLP, Our Lady of Peace quite a bit. So they've been back since fall. But
Right.
we'll get there. We've been addressing some issues up there as well. But we'll definitely get to that. I'm glad you reminded me. Thank you. I'll put that down.
Thank you.
Chris, along that same line, touching on what Josh just said, have they got those warning lights up there at the by Marion Street and down by Bedford Street? Do they have those in sync? Because there for a while they were not running on sync. One was blinking while the other was not blinking to warn the cars of the speed limit during school.
Yeah, they have some mechanical issues with those lights, and they're actually not that old. I know
Yeah.
Northeast Signal is working on it, and it doesn't have anything to do with the borough. The school district is in charge of that maintenance. They own them.
Yeah.
I will double check on that, make sure they're working. I know honestly, there hasn't been much school going on, as we all know. So,
Right.
We haven't been enforcing the school zone only because there's no school, and that's part of the criteria. Even if the lights are flashing, there's no school criteria when you write
Yeah.
someone a ticket to show that there was school in session. That's the purpose of lights.
Uh-huh.
I will write that. I'll address that too. That's a good point. I don't know if I believe they're functioning correctly, but we'll check tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I know there for a while there one was off by like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And if like if you're getting people coming down, it's a possibility that the lights aren't working so that they don't realize that, it's the 20 mile an hour school zone,
Well, for us, it's important as well, because if they're not working one side and they are working the other, and we're in the middle doing enforcement, that's
Right.
a defense. That's a defense for the violator.
Yep.
The lights were on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
we'll check and make sure they're on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Does anybody else have any questions for our chief? And if not, if the mayor would like to excuse the chief, that would be fine.
I think the mayor took a nap.
He's on mute.
Oh,
Ah.
geez.
Oh, okay. What?
He's-
Well, then we'll take it upon ourselves, chief, to excuse you. So, but thank you for a very good
You need me to
report.
come back for some reason, I'll rejoin.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dave.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay, thank you. The next item on our agenda is the bids and quotes.
Yes, we have two stormwater projects that we were budgeted for this year. One's on Linden Street and the other one's on Tulip. In both cases, the engineers felt that we would be able to do this without advertising because they anticipated the bids being below the threshold, the bidding threshold, which is $20,600. So we solicited 3 bids from 3 companies that we're very comfortable working with. And I just opened them. So the first bid that we're opening up is Linden Street Stormwater. The quote from Veranich Construction is $44,811. And that's going to be too high to meet the threshold. Let's see what the other 2 say. Okay, the bid from MHW, Matt Williams, is $42,410. Again, it's too high. So let's go to Pioneer, and their bid is $38,205. So we're going to have to advertise these bids for next month, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the Tulip Stormwater Project and see if we have any better luck with them.
Okay.
First one that came in is Veranich. Their bid is $17,343. So we definitely are good with that one. MHW, $32,335.
How much was that?
And-
Virginia?
32,000.
32, I thought.
Yeah. And Pioneer's bid is $27,885. So we can give the Tulip project to John Baranich. We're going to have to rebid the Linden Street project for April's meeting.
Okay.
Now, does that go through the solicitor to make sure that all the i's are dotted and the t's are crossed, or we're just
Yeah,
going to
well,
give it to Baranich?
We have, the engineer will double check the bid. So any
Okay.
award, any vote on this would be contingent on the engineer the engineer approving the bid. And then the contract that the engineer puts out has been reviewed by Kevin. It's a template that he uses. So we should be good with that. So-
Have we gotten any report from the engineer yet?
No, we have not gotten this month's report yet. Going
All
back
right,
though.
Jerry,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
excuse me, while it's on my mind, Jerry, is it possible for you to get hold of Bob Nagley and remind him that we have our council meetings on Wednesday nights, not on Thursdays, and we would appreciate getting the reports before Wednesday night's meetings so that we can review them, so that if any of the council members have questions, we can then ask the borough manager to ask.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
I feel he gets paid very good for retention for doing business with us. However, we never get the reports in a timely manner. And I'm really not happy that we get them on Thursdays when the meetings are held on Wednesdays. So that if anybody has questions, it's already too late to ask.
Okay, we will address that, Dave.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we move on, I need a motion and a second to award John Baranich's firm the Tulip Stormwater Project for $17,343.
I'll make that a motion.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Josh, okay, on the question, all in favor? All
Aye.
right,
Aye.
favors have it, 6-0. Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.
Next item on our agenda is our borough's treasury report.
That was emailed to everybody separately, a single page, just the account balances, the cash balances. Did anybody have any questions?
Do we have a motion to approve the borough treasury report?
I'll motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Second by Dave.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, on the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Favors have it, 6-0. The next one is our vendor payments to be ratified. Do we have a motion to pay our bills?
I'll motion that.
Thank you, Kathleen. Do we have a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second that.
Thank you, Ronnie. On the question, all in favor? All
Aye.
opposed? Favors have it, 6-0. The next item on our agenda is our old business. That's our ordinance 2021-01, our truck traffic amendment. We discussed this at our work session last week, and I feel that we're ready to vote on advertising for this. We have a
Right,
motion.
if we vote to advertise it to be voted on at the April 7th meeting.
Okay,
After a public.
I will make that a motion that we vote to advertise it tonight for voting at the April 7th meeting.
okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ronnie. Okay, on the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Favors have it, 6-0. Under new business, we have our sewer report, and we also have our sewer report manager on board. If anybody has any questions for Jen, she'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, we have a motion to approve our sewer report.
I'll make that motion.
Thank
I'll
you.
second it.
And second by Bob?
Yes.
Okay, on the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Favors have it, 6-0.
Sorry.
What's
He's
that?
barking at something that isn't real. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh, the barking?
Yeah.
Jerry, are we going to discuss that issue with Pennsylvania American Water?
Right, when we get, that's on the that's new business, Dave. Yeah, well, we could. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Kevin. Okay. Thank you.
The next item under resolution 2021-03, the drug task force. Do we have a vote to adopt this?
Yeah, I'll make that a
Okay,
motion.
thank you, Dave. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kathleen. On the question,
Madam President, on the
sure.
question, this is as you guys may know, or you probably saw, it's a task force that's created and coordinated through the Lackawanna County District Attorney's Office. We would be a participating municipality because obviously it's a county-wide issue and there's coordination. So it's, there's no room, there's no negotiation on the language because they have to keep it uniform for all the municipalities in the county. But I would recommend, based on my review of it, that we enter the agreement.
Very good. Thank you very much, there, Kevin.
All in favor?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say on the question, but we've already covered that. Now, all in favor?
Aye.
Favors have it 6-0. Thank you. Next item is our deputy tax collector for Shirley Skinner. We discussed this at our work session, and we would like to accept Joe Skinner, her husband, as the deputy tax collector. And I don't think we could get anybody closer to the tax collector than Joe.
And
Have to accept his humor.
That's right.
And Madam President, if I may, this is within the Shirley Skinner is completely within her right under the law to appoint a deputy who would be, would serve in the capacity of tax collector in the event that she was incapacitated. So the law says that she appoints it, but the appointment has to be approved by both the borough and I guess the school district. So this is conforms to the law.
Okay.
I will make that a motion, Madam President.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Right. On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Favors have it 6-0. The next item is our the water company on our shut-off agreement. We've all have all the information on this, and if after reading it you feel that we're ready to vote on it, we'll just need a motion to accept the shut-off agreement.
Madam President, if I may, just before the vote, one issue that was raised regarding this agreement is, and one question that was raised is Section 2 of the agreement, which indicates that if there is a shut-off requested by the borough, there are certain shut-off fees which the water company would pass on to, would charge the borough for, and they set forth what those fees are, and those fees could increase. But what has been the practice of the borough, and Virginia can confirm this, and so can Jen and her dog, that it is we pass that fee on to the property owner, and that they don't get the water isn't turned back on until they pay that they reimburse us for that fee. Correct, Jen and Virginia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
part of they get different fees at different times. A shut-off fee, then a re-turn on fee. So yeah, everything has to be paid in full.
Okay.
So
And my dog concurs.
Oh, we already heard that.
Sorry.
I will make that a motion that we approve the resolution as put forth by the Pennsylvania American Water Company on the advice of our solicitor.
Okay, thank you. Dave, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ronnie. On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Favors have it 6-0. Thank you. The next item is our ordinance 2021-02. It's our police pension amendment. And this, we discussed at our work session. It went from 5 to 5.5 and a half. So we have to advertise this, and our vote will be to advertise it and.
For a vote at the April 7th meeting.
Exactly. So do we have a motion to advertise? Virginia, can we advertise both these two items that we're
Oh,
gonna?
they'll go in the same ad, yes.
Great, okay. Okay, do we have a motion to advertise?
Make a motion that we send both of the advertisements into for the vote in the April meeting.
Okay, thank you, Dave. And a second? Thank you, Josh. On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have it 6-0. The next item on our agenda is our solicitor's report.
Okay, just a few items to report on. We obviously, we worked on the no parking ordinance, and I appreciate everybody's comments that we incorporated in drafting that. I drafted the 4 easement agreements, which allow for the new stormwater projects on Linden Street and Tulip Circle. I will reviewed and revised 16 of the police policies that Chris had completed, but we're continuing to work on them. There's a lot, but I think this program that he's identified, or the chief has identified, is very, very helpful, and it's going to protect the borough in the long term. I think we're moving in a good direction on the gateway sign. We had conversations with the contractor this week who had concerns over zoning issues, and I think they're in a position where they understand that they can move forward, and we're hopeful that they'll start construction as soon as they can. So that gateway sign will be up this year. And then lastly, we finally closed on Marion Street after the property that was donated to the borough from a property on Marion Street after a long back and forth. It's finally in the possession of the borough for all purposes. So that's basically it for me. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
No, I think you basically covered everything very well. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay,
I have no questions.
Thank you, Kevin.
no problem.
Okay, thank you. The next item on our agenda is our correspondence, which we've already covered. And our executive prior, during, and subsequent, we did not have. So do we have a motion to adjourn? Or does any other council members have anything they would like to address this evening? Other than Jen's dog.
I just took a picture of her. I'm really paying attention, I swear.
She needs to learn the Robert's Rules of Order.
Sorry, you're right.
Even though we're on Zoom, there's a separate level of decorum.
We're just gonna have to have.
Madam President.
That's a council anymore, I guess.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me, Madam President?
Yes, I can.
I just wanted to point out that I am probably the first junior councilman to ever be mobile while being in a board meeting.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
We are a history-setting
We
borough.
should put that on a plaque.
We should.
we
My
will.
sister is the youngest first female Black councilwoman, and I'm the first mobile junior councilman.
You're exactly right there, RJ. Thank you very much. We will have to get a plaque for you. I think.
We should.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our meeting. And any questions, anything comes up, you certainly can get in touch with our borough office. Thanks, and everybody have a good evening.
Great.
Thanks.
You
Good
too,
night.
Jerry.
Good night.
Stay healthy, everyone.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to end the meeting and it's not letting me.